I'm 22 and this city, Lahore, is my home. Growing up, I remember clear skies, open spaces, and a sense of vitality. But now, Lahore is cloaked in smoke so thick that the stars are hidden, and stepping outside can mean putting my health at risk. How did we come to this? Have we, Pakistanis, driven this country to the brink? Or are there other forces at play? Lahore's journey into the haze didn't happen overnight. In fact, Lahore's air pollution level have been among the world's worst in recent years. The air quality index routinely exceeds 400, reaching as high as 1067 in certain areas. An emergency level where every breath taken is essentially hazardous to health. To put this in perspective, the World Health Organization recommends a PM 2.5 level below 5 microgram per meter cube annually, while Lahore's average level are closer to 200 microgram per meter cube during peak smoke seasons, almost 40 times the recommended limit. But where does this pollution come from? Let's break it down. The majority of Lahore's air pollution stems from vehicle emissions, industrial smoke, and seasonal crop burning in nearby areas. Over 60% of PM 2.5 pollutants in Lahore are directly linked to vehicle and industrial emissions. As a rapidly growing city, the number of vehicles on Lahore's road has surged, with exhaust and unregulated diesel and two-stroke engines emitting high levels of nitrogen oxide and carbon monoxide, contributing to the dangerous smoke that hangs over the city. Interestingly, there is another player affecting our air pollution: cross-border pollution. Approximately 30% of Lahore smoke originates from India, where extensive stubble burning occurs during the harvest season. Satellite imagery indicates thousands of active fires in Indian Punjab and Haryana, contributing significantly to the smoke that envelops Lahore. The wind patterns carry this pollution across the border into Pakistan, particularly affecting areas closer to the Indian border. Officials have noted that easterly winds from India are responsible for transporting this hazardous air into Lahore. But while it's easy to look outward, much of the responsibility still lies in our own borders. As a child, I ran through Lahore street without a second thought. Today, the air feels heavier, and with every breath, I wonder about the long-term toll. The city was once lively and vibrant. Now, children wear masks not to protect from germs, but from the very air they breathe. The effects of toxic air aren't limited to the environment. High levels of PM 2.5 have been linked to respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, causing an increase in asthma cases, chronic bronchitis, and even lung cancer. Research indicates that Lahore's residents are seeing reduced life expectancy due to air pollution. For our elders, children, and those with health conditions, the risks are even higher, making Lahore's air a silent but deadly threat. The sky was once a place so clear, but now it wears a cloak of grey. What have we done to bring it here? What have we done and who will pay? The river sang, the forest sighed, in balance of in nature's grace. But we have turned and cast aside the quiet path, the rightful place. And smoke now rises where trees should grow. A thousand fires we set to light. The earth endures each wound we show. What have we done to dim her sight?
Oh, What have we done and who will pay the path we left? What price to say?
Our government has taken steps, although limited ones. There are bans on crop burning and restriction on factory emissions, but enforcement remains inconsistent. In recent years, schools and offices have been closed on the most polluted days, but these are stopgap measures. In the longer term, projects like the Billion Tree Tsunami and investment in electric vehicles are steps in the right direction. But they are not nearly enough. Comparatively, cities like Delhi are also grappling with similar issues. But stricter regulation and public awareness campaigns have shown some impact. Lahore's air quality impacts all of us, our health, our future, and the simple joy of stepping outside without fear. We need change, and it has to come from both government action and our own everyday choices. Let's take these steps together for a future where we don't just dream of clean air, but we actually breathe it. So, where does that leave us? Here is what we can do to help our city breathe again. We can each take steps that make a difference. Reducing vehicle emissions by using public transport can significantly cut down on the pollutants we release. Additionally, creating green spaces and planting trees are effective ways to absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. My team and I recently worked on a campaign to plant citronella, a plant that not only sequesters carbon but also acts as a natural mosquito repellent. Projects like these, whether through large scale initiatives or even small home gardens, contribute to cleaner, healthier air. Beyond personal actions, we need to raise our voices to push for stricter emission regulation and government accountability for real, lasting change. Finally, educating others about air pollution is vital. By spreading awareness, sharing information, and inspiring more people to take action, we strengthen our collective call for a healthier Lahore.